Imagine this scene. A freshman arrives on campus for the first time and they walk through the MSC. They see flyers everywhere, Instagram posts, posters, and there's hundreds of clubs, thousands of events, and people everywhere. But somehow it still feels hard to find the people that you really want to connect with. Not because they don't exist, but because discovering them and discovering the places and the events that you want to attend is a broken system. Search tools show you what's popular, but it doesn't show you what's right for you specifically. And that's why we built Persona, which is the fastest way to build a real community targeted around you. When you first see Persona, you're faced with this Persona quiz, and it takes into account not just individual topics or interests of yours, like do you like sports, but we measure deeper drivers behind that behavior and includes a lot of psychology research, including forced choice and best worst scaling, and a lot of methods used in actual real behavioral research to reveal not just what you like, but your genuine preferences and your genuine personality traits. That's the foundation of everything else that our app is built on, is giving you a behavioral profile that matches the type of person you are.
So we're going to complete this quiz right here. You can just, whatever you prefer the most and least, you pick that, and it remembers what you're putting in and creates a very, very detailed and very accurate profile assignment for you. Next, we're about to go on to My DNA, which is your profile page. So behind the scenes, Persona turns that profile into numbers, right? Every person becomes a point in space, like a map. But instead of locations, the axes represent personality traits and preferences. If 2 points are close together, those people are very similar. If they are far apart, they're different. That's the intuition. Now we talk about the technical side, right? We use transformer embeddings, the same class of models used in modern AI systems to encode users, clubs, events into a 384 dimensional vector. Each vector is a mathematical representation of personality, interests, and behavior. To measure compatibility, we use cosine similarity, which measures how aligned the two vectors are in the space by finding the angle between the vectors. Obviously, if the angle is less, the vectors are more aligned, and therefore the people are more similar. So instead of guessing or using similar simple rules, Persona uses real machine learning to determine compatibility mathematically, and it continuously adapts every like, skip, or interaction with an event or person. It updates your profile and recomputes your embeddings, so it is real time. So the system learns who you are over time and uses reinforcement learning to do that.
The clubs tab is where we take that technical side, we apply it, and we make it a real tangible benefit for our users. As you scroll, you can see that Persona is ranking the clubs based on compatibility and urgency. Every single club represents a point in the exact same vector space that Garv mentioned you are represented in. However close your cosine angle is to that, we can use that to estimate how similar this club is to your interests, how aligned the club is to you. Every card shows the meeting details, the deadlines, links to show up, and why the AI particularly recommended this. Look, we can hover over it and see. Importantly, every single interaction feeds back into that model. If we hit the like button, this completely changes our own personality score, and our vector in space has been altered to be closer to woman in business. Now our AI has more information about who we are. Check this out. We can also go into social, sports, volunteering. There's so many possibilities for use cases on this website for our users. We can also sort by upcoming. So instead of just going based on what's the most relevant to you, it goes in addition based on deadlines that might be coming up. Maybe you want to do something today. So where we take the events and we really make it a community is the Friends tab. The Friends tab shows friends that you already have, but it also lets you make new friends. Here we can see some potential matches for friends to go to events with. And it's ranked in the exact same way using the vector space. Matches are calculated using similarity in personality, common events, and common clubs. Because Persona links everything together, when you attend events, those connections become visible across the app. This brings in another discipline, sociology. Research shows that repeated experiences are the strongest predictor of new friendships, and it shows that people who share these key personality traits that we are mapping throughout Persona have been proven to make the strongest friendships through repeated exposure. Persona optimizes both of these insights to give people real and deep connection.
All right. And next up, we have the events tab. This is where events are where the ecosystem connects. This is where you find your friends. Events are ranked using three factors: persona compatibility, social context, using your friends from the friends tab, and urgency, where you can also sort by urgency based on when the event is happening. This means events aren't just relevant, they're timely and socially manageable. You can immediately see which friends are attending, why the event matches you, where it is. So discovery becomes contextual, not random. And finally, we have the Maps tab. This is where it uses geospatial data to visualize activity on campus. As you can see, each event is displayed by a pinpoint on the map. Hotspots show where activity is happening, not just what's happening. So as you can see, where there's a lot of events, there's a darker green area. This helps students decide, where should I go right now, or where are people like me gathering? This integrates another discipline, geography and spatial analytics, turning behavioral data into a physical map of community activity.
Persona by its nature is interdisciplinary. We have psychology, right? Which is because we model personality and motivation using behavioral research methods. We have machine learning because we use transformer embeddings and vector similarity for real compatibility scoring. We have sociology because we model social networks and shared experiences to strengthen community formation. We have human computer interaction, which is the interface is designed for fast, intuitive discovery, optimized for mobile behavior patterns. And we also have geospatial and analytics, like my friend Evan mentioned. We visualize activity patterns in real space to help users navigate their environment. Each discipline contributes a different piece of our puzzle.
So our project Persona doesn't just use AI as a buzzword, but it uses it as the actual engine. Embedding models, vector similarity, collaborative filtering, real-time profile updates. These are all things that we actually use in our app and not just use AI as a facade to cover up basic programming. Every recommendation is explainable and every score is actually grounded in math. I mean, you can see that when we click the percentage match on an event or a club with real explanations on how that's actually being calculated. Every interaction that you, as the user, do with another user or an event also changes the system and improves your personality and your profile. And that's exactly how we move from guessing what people like to actually understanding them and even predicting them before they even know it themselves.
Let me take you back to that freshman in the MSc. Now imagine they open Persona. Within minutes, they know exactly where to go, who to meet, and what to join. Not randomly, not socially pressured, but authentically. Persona is the fastest way to build real community.